Hello everybody, Rogue Fox here. Welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 2. This is episode 33, and we are still in the base area, just standing up here, looking over what has been done so far this season. And this place is really coming together. I love the way this is turning out, and in the last episode, we worked on this area there. We placed in the Fox logo statue as the centerpiece of that area, and we also decorated that grass area there. Now, in between episodes, I have been doing a little bit more work over in the base area, so if I can take off here. Okay, there we go. So I expanded this, the carpet has been extended, and of course I still need to decorate the roof, and I've also been working on my buildings, well, the main one here, to make it match up with the style that we have going there. But like I said, this place is definitely coming together. Now, you may have seen these chorus plants as I was flying over, and I also collected these in between episodes because what I wanted to do was start farming them, because I mentioned this, I think, a few episodes ago, but I wanted to open up a light shop over in the All Mall, and I just learned this is the way we can farm them. I had no clue. I always used to pillar up and knock them all down, but if we actually destroy the bottom, then it actually destroys the chorus flowers at the same time. So I found this is a good way to do it, but I think there's a better way. I think there's a better way that we can do this, and we will work on this in this episode. I want to automate this process. Well, kind of automate it, because you always have to manually place the chorus flowers, which are these guys right there. But as far as harvesting them, I believe I have a way that we can automate them. Going back to what I was saying about the light shop, and see, we just destroyed all those there. So I want to have a variety of lights. Now, sea lanterns, oh, I've got arrows drop down from there. That could have been bad. I guess not too bad. We're pretty well protected with the armor. But sea lanterns, that market is definitely cornered, but there is really no market for the other types of lights. So lanterns, end rods, and things like that, torches. So what I was thinking is I want to try to get myself into that market also, and in the meantime, I also need to take over this blackstone because I still haven't done it yet, but I figured this episode, we can knock out two birds with one stone. As I mentioned earlier, I've been decorating around the base, and I forgot I had a hole there. There we go, jumped right over. So I started decorating this room also. I used quartz to lay down the tile. Now, as I mentioned before, the theme of my base is to be a Nether research facility, because this season started with the launch of the Nether update, and I thought it would be very cool to have a research facility dedicated to researching all of the new Nether blocks, Nether fungus, and all those things. But as you can tell, there is nothing Nether researchy about my base whatsoever. So I thought it was about to be nighttime. It's one of the things I thought. But with that, I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of start planning to actually implement some of my base area for the research stuff. So with this, the idea I had here is to make a 2-story. So we'll have a second floor around here somewhere, probably with more quartz tile or slabs, and start making this a little research area for, like I mentioned, the fungus and whatnot. And I also probably need to build another building for more researchy things. So that is just thinking out loud, something I need to do in the near future here before the season ends. But with that, let's go ahead and head over to Chunktown. Chunktown, or Chunk Tower Town. It's been a while since we've been here. There is my house. I guess the Nether portal now comes out right next to my house. And I guess I didn't get the memo, but, you know, when it was called Chunktown, I didn't think we were building skyscrapers, which looks like we have going on here. So I built a cozy little little home here. DB has a little tower there. Oh, oh, are you okay? You should get out of there. You got it. I'm kind of. Oh no, you don't walk back into it though. Oh man. I'll take that iron though. But like I was saying, BJ also has a house here, and everyone else pretty much, and I believe that's Slack's dirt castle. But other than that, everyone has built skyscrapers. So I guess I'll keep that in mind next time a chunk town is mentioned. I will be building myself a nice big skyscraper. Reason why we're over in Chunktown is because, for those who don't know, we added a new member to the server. So that would be Maribel Jade. And with that, what's this? Silent LLC Law Firm. Someone taking over my building? So with that, we have the post office here that we made earlier on in the season. And there have been some changes since I built this place. Like I mentioned, we have a new member. And also, some members are no longer with us. And with that said, what we need to do is update all of the mailboxes here. So it looks like there are items inside most of these mailboxes, which means as a postmaster, I mean, it's not illegal for me to take the mail out, but I do need to take the mail out of the boxes and rearrange them. So I have a little bit of work ahead of me. There we go. Now she has a proper mailbox set up, and the rest of these have been organized and put back into alphabetical order. But I did notice some of these are doing something a little weird. Not quite sure what's going on. Quite sure what's going on with these, but yeah, other than that, everything is the way it should be. And with that, we are now left over with 2 empty mailboxes. Here we are at the All Mall, the home of our new Blackstone shop, and I don't really have a creative name for it. I think I'm just going to call it Blackstones, and there should still be some vacancies here on the 2nd floor. Let's take a look. Yep, looks like these are still vacant, and I still have the light shop that I mentioned that we need to fill in. And with that, name is still pending. I was trying to think of a clever name for it, but haven't been able to think of one. Maybe if you have one, let me know down in the comment section below. That would be much appreciated. Maybe we can think of something clever to name the light shop. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and set up next door for the Blackstone. We really don't have that much room to decorate with, but I did bring 3 chests because we do have 3 shulkers. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and that fits perfectly. So I need to go ahead and place these down. I'm not going to do this on camera because I have a lot of transferring to do. But hopefully with this, I'm thinking this hasn't made any diamonds, and I'm really hoping with the new shops that I'm trying to open. Nope, nothing. Man. Yeah, so with that, hopefully the new shops that we're opening here with the Blackstone, like I mentioned before, DB is working on a huge build and is currently live streaming. He's making a Blackstone castle, and I don't know if other members are using Blackstone, but as of now, no one else on the server is selling Blackstone. And I also mentioned that there are no light shops either, so hopefully we can make some money off of these things because I've spent a lot of my diamonds buying resources for my base and other builds. So with that, I am running a little lean on the diamonds, and I'm hoping these shops can help me out a little bit. There we go. That looks a lot better. I added some decorations, used some of those mini blocks, which I love so much now. And man, I really wish I didn't get introduced to those because I try to incorporate those mini blocks into everything that I do. So I have those displayed. I'm not necessarily selling polished Blackstone, but I had one laying around, so I figured why not. But I have the shelving there and little display here. And what I also thought I would do is sell the stone cutters for a diamond each, because everything in All Mall that you see here is a diamond in each slot. So, I mean, you're going to have Blackstone. You're probably in a rush, I would assume. It's kind of like one of those things as you're checking out and one of those impulse buy items because it's like right there. So I thought I would try that out using the stone cutter. So hopefully, oh, it's raining outside. So hopefully we can make some sales with this little shop here. Got my sign up there. I should probably add an item frame as well, displaying what I have, so it's a little bit easier to identify as you're running along. But with that, this shop is done, and we do need to work on this one. But first, let's go ahead and head back over to the base area and play around with those chorus plants. Before we begin building, I had to figure out where I actually wanted to place the farms, and it made the most sense to place the chorus plant farms within my building of farms. Now, you may remember that we had green glass panes on the front side. So I did a little bit more redesigning and redecorating of my base because I mentioned earlier in the episode that I've been working on this and changing it up just to kind of make it all flow together a lot better. So I decided to remove the glass. I placed a wall in here, placed the window up top, and now if we head inside, I actually have some room to place in some farms. And like I mentioned, we are going to place in the chorus plant farm. Now, you saw them over there. They get pretty tall, but what I want to do is I want to stop them at about 3 or 4 blocks high. And like I said, I have a design for that already. We're going to head over to a creative world here in just a moment. But I just wanted to show you where I'm going to place this in. So with that, the farm is going to go here. We're going to place maybe 1, 2, or 3. I don't think I really need that many. I have a pretty good stack of chorus fruit now that I still need to pop. But we'll place it here and head over to a creative world to take a look at their mechanics. Welcome to one of my many creative worlds. This is where I have been doing my shorts. So there's one from not too long ago, and then this is the other one that I released earlier this week. That's the TNT launcher / Elytra launcher. You can see where I put myself into survival and died, so I dropped everything. But I've also been using this world to test out the chorus plants. So let's take a look at this. We have chorus plants. I have the tick speed up, so you can see how it grows straight up. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. And we can actually, oh, and you can see when we remove it, how high it can actually get. So let's remove that. So I've been kind of playing around with all this. You can see all the chorus fruit that drops from it. And then once we pop these, we can craft these with blaze rods, and then we get end rods. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 block gap, whoops. So this will still grow a little bit slower, it seems, just kind of looking at it. Like right when it gets to this block here, it looks like it has to think a little bit. Okay, not that time, of course. But you can see that little hesitation that it has there. As opposed to, let's do this. Knock that one out. Oh. Okay. That was weird. That's the first time I've actually seen it do that. But it still stops. Huh. And this is exactly why we go into a creative world to test things out. So this is what it's mainly been doing. Wasn't doing that before. Okay, so we want to keep this here then. So that gives us 1, 2, 3. So that will keep it growing this way all the time. Which of course it's not going to grow this fast, but if I'm AFKing, it's going to grow just like that. Now, the next thing we need to figure out is how we are going to harvest, because we need the chorus flower to plant so we can actually grow more. So what we need to do is figure out how we're going to get this first. You saw I was harvesting them with a bow and arrow, and then breaking it like that, because as you can see, as we break it like this, it also destroys the chorus flower. So I've designed something over here just to kind of play around with it. So what this is going to do, and let's kind of test this without breaking this here. So what this is going to do, this is going to grow just like you see right here. This is going to grow. Observer is going to detect it, send a redstone signal down. It would trigger a dispenser to fire an arrow to break that coarse flour before it actually destroys the whole plant itself. But again, just kind of to demonstrate it and to show you how things work from what I've discovered is we place it, that's going to grow, and that's going to extend and bring it back, but you can see the coarse flour was destroyed in the process. But now if we add these arrows, so you can see now we have a coarse flour, but the only downside is it fires off 2 arrows. We're at 56. So it does 1 and then shoots 2, bringing it down to 54. So that's kind of something that needs to be worked out in the meantime. Yeah, that's just shooting way out there. Might have to redesign this a little bit, but that's exactly why we are in a creative world. But at least we can get the coarse flours to drop, and we're still getting 1-2 coarse fruit, which is fine. But this is the design that we're going to go with, and like I said, I do have to play around with it a little bit more. So I think I figured it out. I'm using a circuit that I've always used with any of my farms that have ever used observers. So my pumpkin melon farm, cobblestone, stone farm, things like that. If you've seen any of those farms, you have seen this circuit before, and it is simply this right here. I can't tell you how many times this has come in handy, especially using an observer. So what this is doing is, well, let's go ahead and demonstrate it first. So you can see it's only shooting 1 arrow, which is exactly what I want. Now, as far as the redstone goes, what's happening is this is being detected by the observer. We're getting a redstone output here. This one is going to go out with the 2-tick delay, and then 2 ticks later, this one is going to lock this repeater up. So in the meantime, what's happening is we're going to get that second pulse from this observer that's going to go through this repeater, but because this is locked up, it's not going to allow the redstone signal to pass through. And hopefully that is making sense. Let me see if we can demonstrate it. There we go. So you can kind of see, hopefully, see how it stays locked when that second signal comes through. So that is keeping it from sending the output out down to it again to fire off a second arrow. Just like that. Now, unfortunately, it does make this farm a little bit bigger because we have this extra circuit, but it's really no big deal in the grand scheme of things. You know, we always try to do like 1 wide designs and things like that, and those are cool, but sometimes, you know what, you just have to take up a few more blocks to make it work. So with that, I think we have a working design. Now we can head back to the Truly Bedrock server and place it in. So let's go ahead and, well, let's sleep first because it's about to be dark. But after we do that, we will place in piston. So let's see. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and we need to have room. Oh, we should be able to fit the redstone up there. Fine. Have a block. Heater. This is a sticky piston that's going to hold endstone. So that's where we're going to place the coarse flour. Bust that out. Have a repeater. I don't remember how many ticks of delay I had. I think it was 2. We'll go with 2 for now. I don't know if 1's going to work. But from there, we're going to grab ourselves, I don't have glass. Well, I'm going to have to grab, I have glass panes, but that's not going to do me any good. Let me grab my glass and I will be right back. I got my glass, so let's place redstone dust down there. Crouch place, let's look at the redstone there. Glass like that. Bring this up, bring that up. High is this going? So we do 1, 2, course plant here, which means our dispenser go on this block. Oh man, I don't have any dispensers either? Come on, I am so not prepared for this. Got my dispenser, so I believe dispenser goes here. Looks right. Filled up. Redstone dust on top of that. Then we're gonna go up a block. Okay, that works. There, and can I reach? Yes, I have plenty of observers though, so thankfully I'll have to go craft those. So the observer is going to detect it here. Boom. Redstone dust. Go down. All right. So there. Oh, I needed that block. The rest of these we don't need. Dang it! I'm just destroying my base here. Go. Should probably run around and grab that, but for now, so that's set, and all I need to do is place in that redstone circuit that I showed you a little while ago. Okay, everything is in place. The coarse flour is down. Now, I imagine this may take a little bit longer to grow as opposed to just letting them grow naturally, because I assume the game's trying to, every however many ticks is trying to find out which way it can go, and it can only go so far. And like I said, when we're doing it really fast at 1,000 ticks, you can see where it was hesitating around this block here. So I don't imagine this would be having a lot of drops, but sometimes it's not always about the highest drop rates or the efficiency of the farm. And yeah, that does matter to some extent, but I mean, sometimes it's just about having fun and playing with the redstone. So like this design here, just kind of threw it together. It all made sense. It worked. So we're just going to go for that. Are there more effective designs out there? Most likely, most likely. But this is what we're going with for now. And like I said, it's new. I haven't done anything like this. Never played with the coarse plant before. So I'm kind of interested to see how long this actually takes for something to grow. But with that, we are all out of time. So we got some work done. We got this coarse farm up, coarse flower plant farm up. And then we also got our blackstone shop set up over in the All Mall. So with that, this is going to be the end of today's episode. I really hope you all enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I will see you later.